Hello, this is Skyla, your bow tie realty guy. I wanted to come to you today and suggest a few things. I know that some of us have fears about buying a home because it's such a long process at times, but it can be simplified. If you hire the right real estate agent, that real estate agent can take you from the pre-qualification stages of a mortgage through the clear to close of your mortgage and even help you to get your first key on your first home. Hiring a real estate agent is extremely advantageous for most of us. Now, what I've done is tried to help and figure out some of the most evident fears that we have in getting a home. Of course, there's the home, finding the home. That's the fun part. The hard part, however, is getting the funding. If you don't have cash to purchase your home, most of us will have to get a mortgage. If you have to go and get a mortgage, you want to be prepared. For some reason, that brings up high anxiety for most people. It makes them feel reserved, makes them feel beneath themselves. Nobody likes rejection. I don't like it. However, I do get rejected quite often in my line of business. So, in order to help you not have to deal with so much of a rejection factor, I put together a list of things that might help you to get your loan or your mortgage. Now, I'm going to read through this list, some of it anyway. But you can find this list on my website, and I'll give you information about that shortly. One of the things I'd like to say about getting mortgages is that you should go ahead and know that yes, you have to gather a lot of information. It will seem repetitive, it will be redundant, and I understand, trust me, I've had to go through this many a times myself. But we have to go through it in order to get the mortgage. Getting a mortgage is a little different than buying a car. You can buy a car, it's not really public record. If you get a mortgage, it's public record. If you're going to own property in these United States, it becomes public record one way or another. So back to the mortgage. First thing you need to do, change your mind. Don't be afraid. Attack the situation. Attack the situation. If you have a situation where your credit is bad, let's attack that. Do your best to improve upon your credit. If you don't have credit problems, you got administrative issues, and you can't find your paycheck stub, let's go ahead and attack that. Here's some things that you need in the way of paperwork. You'll need at least two years of residence history. They'll need to know where you've been living for the last 2 years. You'll need copies of paycheck stubs. Your paycheck stubs will need to go back for at least 30 days. So if you get paid by the week, you need at least 4 of them. You get paid by the month, you'll need at least 1. I'd go ahead and get 2 months worth. You need W-2s for your last 2 years. If you don't have a W-2, meaning that you're self-employed maybe, then bring your tax return, in which case you'll need that as well. You'll need at least 1 to 2 years of tax returns, as I said. You need the name and addresses of all your employees. You need a completed statement from your mortgage banker. Of course, he'll get you that a little later in the process. Bank statements. Where has your money been going for the last 3 or 4 months? You'll need a bank statement. You'll need dividend earnings, Social Security earnings, bonuses, child support, alimony. Any income that you've been gathering for the last 2 years, you need to be able to find it. Any debt that you signed on for the last 2 years, you need to be able to find a record of that debt. Of course, I would suggest that you try to find it all electronically. Make yourself a file. Make that file say, getting me a house, or financial documents for my house, house number 2, house number 3, whatever the case may be. Load all those up all your copies, all your PDFs, and go to and get your bank statement, get your paycheck stuff, put all of those in one central place that you can find. And trust me, as you begin to build this file, you'll begin to get more and more confident. By the time you finish having all your security accounts, your stocks, your record of your real estate earnings, dividends, whatever it may be, by the time you get to the end of that, you'll be more than happy that you did. And you'll feel a lot more confident about going to get a mortgage. So, I'll post this on my site so that you can see it later. This is Skyla, the Bowtie Realty Guy, trying to help you get your next home.